Right, I'm just gradually doing bit by bit by bit. As you can see, I'm just putting some colourings on. I'm just putting like blobby colours, so basically to give it depth. But of course, it's not up to my normal standard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm still going to be doing the fencing, but I'm going to do that as my last job. But what I want to do is just put some random little tiny little green little leaf bits in this front foreground, because I'm going to have like poppy bits and other little bits and pieces. But I just want to try and give just a little bit here. Then when that's dried, then I'll go onto my fencing. So again, I need 2 or 3 mixtures of green, because I don't want it all to one colour. So I'll have it all mixed in. I do like to use one of my fan brushes, but I can't see one there at the moment. Let's have a look if that's a fan underneath. Yes, I've got a fan brush. That's what I'll use. Little fan brush, because all I'm going to do is just going to be just doing some little ones in the foreground on here. So I don't want it to, that's all right, that's just perfect. So it's almost like a dry on here, but I need to have lots and lots of the green, of all the different colour greens, just to make it all. I'm going to put that brush in all the 3 colours, 3 little colours, and then I'm just going to, yes, so you can see, just to put what I class as my depth in, because I'm waiting for it to dry properly to do on there. But again, like I said, I like to put all the different colour greens. There's no point just using one. So I've just loaded up that that paintbrush, and if you can see on there now, see the little depth of these. So because I want it here, so see all this on here, I don't want it to go up to my fence panel, because I'm still not up to my fence panel yet, because that's still got to be done. So that is just going to make that a nice messy bit, and that'd be all right for now. And I can just put some dry ones in the background, because I don't want too much in the background, because it's just given a little bit of depth. Right, there you see, a little bit of scruffiness, but that's okay. So now I will use my little brush, a little tiny one, with a different colour green, and then I will put some just sort of like little individual ones in, because individual ones are very therapeutic. I can just go up here, lots of little individual ones on there. So hopefully now I can do my little fencing, because yes, that's coming alive with everything else. So as you can see, I put lots of bits of colours behind it, and if I do it, move it back like that, so hopefully you can see a little bit more depth coming into it. But it desperately needs to have the fence done now, and because I can't do the flowers until the fencing's done. So need to mix up like some dark sort of sludgy grey colour, because it's all a bit too brown at the moment. But of course the fence panel would have a lot of this darker colour in it. But I will put like a little line across on here, because of course that's got the shadow behind it on there. And I think I'll check that the colour's okay. Yeah, that's colour's fine. And now I'm going to just pad it in to do lots of little lines to try and make it look old and not decrepit, but that type of thing on there, because it's not going to be all nice, because it's an old, really old. It'll have little knots in it, won't it? You know, so like where the wood is, it won't be like a nice colour. But normally I would get me old credit card or whatever and do some little lines. But hopefully you can see now, trying to make it look like old fencing. And old fencing wouldn't be too neat, would it? It would be part and parcel to be looking like it's almost ruined. But of course it's not falling to, well, it does look like a bit like it's falling to pieces. And when you're going for a walk in the fields, often the bits look like if there was a stile on it, you wouldn't want to climb over it, would you? Because you'd be petrified to you know, that you'll get splinters, or you would fall, and because it wouldn't be good enough to take your weight. So as you can see, these are just lots of little tiny little tiny little strokes. But as I show you in a minute, as I pick it up, and you know, you can see how different that's looking now, because it's there. Can you see the actual lines in the actual wood there? So again, you've got to mix yourself up like it's got to be more like a dirty colour, because of you want to show little bits of white coming through, and yeah, so that's what I'm concentrating on now. And then once I've got this fence panel done, then I can concentrate on getting my barn up the back looking good, and then I can do my finishing flowers to bring it all together. And yeah, so it's like a bit of a dirty wishy-washy colour, but of course, because I just need it to show up more on here, because I want to have it like the, you know, the little panels to show the darkness from where the lights come in. And there, it's definitely getting more depth to it. And you know, I'll be honest to say it won't be one of my best paintings, because as I'm not feeling too good, but like I said, this is therapeutic to me, trying to take away the pain from my tummy from having my operation. And it is like, you can honestly say, can't you, healing through art, because of, you know, really and truthfully, I feel like I should be laying down, but this has made me sort of get up and do something. And after doing this, I will have a lay down and probably have a little sleep, because I'm not exactly very comfortable sitting here, but I'm sure I can complete one picture today on this one. And unfortunately, it's in my nature that once I've started, I won't be giving up. I'll be continuing till I've finished, because that's me, you know. And I'm not good at being a patient, because of, you know, I need to get on and do stuff. I can't just sit still. But this is the, you know, it's been a week, and after a week you just have to say to yourself, oh, you know, the only way I'm going to feel better is if I try and get on and do stuff. I'm waiting for a hospital phone call, but who's to say it's going to come today, even when, you know, they promised their phone Thursday, but I want one now. But hey ho, I'll just have to go with the flow, won't I? And on that, and they probably can't get me in as quick as I want to be taken in and have this horrible thing removed. So okay, that's there, coming up with the actual, you know, the actual fencing. Right, I'm now going to put some flowers on, because of as I'm looking at this, I'm not happy with my little me little building in the background, but that's not a problem, because I can actually do that with some of the colours I've already got here. So if I put some more yellowy, I can actually do some like little bits on the roof on that. If you're probably wondering why I keep looking up, because I put a mirror there so I can actually see what the picture looks like from a distance. So I can look up and do this on here. So I like doing like a little bit of therapeutic, like little slates on the roof of the building. That's very intricate, and see, by doing the little slate on the rooftop, that just makes it, gives it, you know, a little bit of movement. And yeah, that will be making it more to my happiness on there, which I will like that a little bit better. Yeah, definitely prefer it with that little bit on it. And like a little beam across the top where the little door is. And of course we all know on these sort of like old places it's never very nice, is it? Okay, just those few little lines on that building. I'm happier with the building. So now to give the depth of my flowers on there, I'm not, you know, I don't know whether you can see that today, is it? I think you can see that. So you can see lots and lots of shadow, you can see lots of colour in it. But I do believe I do want to just put some nice little poppies and violets and all little bits like that. But again, it's getting those colours right. I remembered on this bit of my other palette, I have got some really beautiful red, which I was going to use on another day, but I've saved it, and I think that's going to make me feel good putting some lovely red on here. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a lovely red. Do some blobby bits, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's just a mass of them, but I think I will have a proper poppy on the corner. Proper one of my type of poppies on here. That'll make me feel more like one of my paintings to have one of my little poppies on there, and then I can finish it all off afterwards. Yeah, I'll put lots of black and all different sort of colours into that, because if it's nice to get something to have your interest in, isn't it? So again, we know when you get like little groups, they're only little tiny, really little drops, little dots, little patches, and the further away it goes, the smaller the little dots will be. And yeah, little tiny little bits. This bit is very therapeutic. Right, I should turn it off and then go put it back on again in a minute.